The Kariba Dam, an iconic structure with triumph written all over it. The Kariba Dam was constructed between 1956 and 1959. Commissioned in 1960, the dam has been central to Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the region's energy security and economic development ever since. At a height of 128 meters and breadth of 24 meters, the Kariba Dam is one of mankind's major achievements in civil engineering. Its unmistakable presence runs for 617 meters across the Zambezi River at Kariba Gorge on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, located in the towns on the Zambia side Siavonga and on Zimbabwe side Kariba. Since 2017, almost 60 years later, the Kariba Dam is undergoing major rehabilitation at a total cost of $294 million for its continued safe operation. Large-scale infrastructure projects like this one take many years, beginning with preparatory planning like feasibility studies, securing funding, project design, and procurement taking place long before there is evidence of work on the ground.
I think that we always have to consider that this is a very big, complex project. The magnitude, I think you have had an idea. All the preparatory works that had to be done in order to start the actual implementation of the project have been very demanding. From the engineering point of view, is one of the biggest and most beautiful diamonds in the world.
The dam has provided energy and contributed to the economic prosperity of Zambia and Zimbabwe for almost 60 years, ranging in sectors: mining, manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, and to local communities in small-scale fishing as a livelihood. It is an engineering success story and a fine example of partnership between two countries in the development, monitoring and management of a shared water resource. Designed as a double curvature concrete arch, the Kariba has the record of being the world's biggest water reservoir. It is from this vast reservoir that each country has its own underground hydropower station on the north and south bank of the dam, generating a total of 10,035 gigawatt-hours of electricity annually.
So the intention was for the provision of a power station on both sides of the banks. So that was a primary use, but obviously it also had the downstream uses in terms of tourism, in terms of fisheries, also in terms of any other commercial activities that come when such a large amount of reservoir is constructed.
An implementing authority representing the two governments had to be constituted to operate, monitor, and maintain the Kariba complex. With the dissolution of the Colonial Federation in 1963, the Central Africa Power Corporation (CAPCO) was set up. In 1987, CAPCO was reconstituted into the present-day binational Zambezi River Authority following an Act of Parliament passed simultaneously by Zambia and Zimbabwe. Zambezi River Authority is mandated as an organization with the responsibility for development and management of the shared sections of the Zambezi River between the two countries. Jamming in the open position would mean that large amounts of water would pour through the spillway gates, leading to higher levels of water in the river downstream of the dam, possibly putting people, animals, and the environment at risk. Jamming in the closed position would put the dam at risk of overtopping. Refurbishing the spillway gates will ensure that the spillway will operate as it was designed to for many more years. It was in July 1956 that an Italian firm, Impressed, got the contract to construct the dam wall and power stations. The construction led to the forced relocation or resettlement of thousands of Zambians and Zimbabweans. A year into the building of the dam in 1957, the river rose to flood level, destroying some equipment and the access roads. the odds against another flood occurring the following year were about 1,000 to 1, but flood it did, this time 3 meters higher than the previous year. The floods destroyed the access bridge, the coffer dam and parts of the main wall. Nyami Nyami, the river god whom the Tonga people believed existed, made good his threat.
Now, Chief Simamba moved because, according to his understanding, he thought the project was going to bring a lot of good things to his people.
The plunge pool reshaping is wholly funded by the European Union through a 64 million euro grant to the Republic of Zambia.
The European Union is financing the project. I'm very happy that you know about that.
On 14 February 2017, the government of Zambia signed the plunge pool reshaping works contract with a successful contractor, Razorbeck of France, endorsed by the ambassador of the European Union to Zambia, Alessandro Mariani, at a signing ceremony. Present at this historical event were representatives of both governments, cooperating partners, and local leadership, among others. The EU has already taken an active participation in the project, with the EU head of delegation, Alessandro Mariani, making physical inspection of the works done so far after the contract signing.
It's important to visit and to see with your own eyes.
So the rehabilitation of this dam is actually very good in terms of securing energy supply in the region. And other than that, downstream, the Zambezi River Basin is a source of livelihoods for the people around there. So there's actually a lot that can be that is going to be derived in terms of the social benefits in this project.
The North Bank Power Station, located on the Zambian side, managed by ZESCO Limited, has the capacity to generate 1,080 megawatts. The innumerable benefits of hydro energy to the mining industry makes the Chamber of Mines take keen interest in the KDRP.
Energy makes up a substantial proportion of the cost structure of the industry in Zambia. It averages out at about 20% of total operating expenses, and it is critical.
15% of energy to the Southern African power pool actually comes from the Kariba Dam hydropower project. And then for Zambia, we know that 50%, even on Zimbabwe, 50% of their energy actually comes from the Kariba Dam rehabilitation. So the rehabilitation of this dam is actually very good in terms of securing energy supply in the region.
The Kariba Dam has played a significant role in the economic and social developmental targets for both Zambia and Zimbabwe, and indeed the sub-region. The rehabilitation project will give this global masterpiece a whole new engine to keep it running, as its value will impact many in the two home countries, while ripple effects spread around the continent and the globe at large. By the end of the project, the headline all concerned are looking forward to seeing is the iconic Kariba Dam restored for the future.